We're going to tackle a topic.
Tackle fucking topic. Okay, topic.
Right, which kind of hitting on that point is what makes a good game? What makes a good game? This is actually a hard question. It's not a simple question.
It's definitely not a simple question.
Not having to put disc 2 in and it fucking your game up. Glitches would be a start. I'll start with.
Yes.
I'll start with.
It's a very open question, isn't it?
Yeah, it's personal taste. It's all kinds of things. But I think there is a sort of middle ground that everyone could agree. I think that we might be able to get to. I don't know what that is. I just assume there is one.
For Paul, it's story, but I feel.
But what if it was progression game? I mean, gameplay,
progression
design,
and reward.
Great story.
Progression with sense of reward. You can play the shittest game. There's a reason why Angry Birds sells so well, and even I enjoy a bit of Angry Birds every now and again. It's because it's
accessibility.
Shit.
So that's one.
That's one. Accessibility, but I reckon it's you progress, and you also feel a nice sense of reward in that progression.
Progression, accessibility. Love accessibility because it has to be accessible.
So, yeah.
Again, if no one's played a game before, then they're going to struggle. If no one's played a first-person shooter before, they're going to struggle, even if it is accessible to most people that have played at least one.
Yeah, and then it's your experience that makes other games more accessible to you.
Assume that people have played a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
They've had a taste. So, accessibility. What was it?
Progression. You need to have reward for your progression. You need to feel special progression.
Sense of reward.
If you're not feeling like you're progressing, what's the point in playing the game? In any sense, sense. Like with RPGs, it's leveling yourself up and making yourself more powerful. Like for me, like when I played Dark Souls, I was shit at Dark Souls, but my sense of progression was grinding to level myself up.
Yeah.
To notice a difference, and then.
Even if you haven't left that level with that area, you still feel like, well, maybe next time I can because I'm a bit harder now.
Yeah. So it's like I get a little bit better.
Or I've learned, or even as simple as I've learnt a way to fight that guy better.
Yeah.
I still might die, but
then you can sort of counter that with Super Ghouls and Ghosts or Ghouls and Ghosts, where that game just fucks you. It's like, oh, you finished the game, have you? Now do it again. Sometimes you just need to run around picking the wings off butterflies. Sometimes you just need to do that.
Yeah.
And other times you just need to run around taking the wings off a virgin.
One wing, you're halfway there. Second wing, game over. What about length of a game?
Again, that's
it's dependent on a lot of things. Price, expectation. If you expect a game to be a certain length and then it just ends, that's going to piss you off.
If the game is of a short length but is of an addictive sensibility or a very accessible game. So, for instance, Super Mario World. Not Super Mario World, Super Mario. The first game is relatively short.
If you're good at it.
Yeah, but it's relatively short.
Yeah.
And then once you finished it, your skill levels up, so you could go for it again and you would still enjoy it.
Yeah.
But then you've got a game like, well, Darksiders. I didn't finish this. It was enjoyable. I got so far, got bored, and it went. It was worth its money, but I didn't finish it.
It needs to maintain
your interest. Yeah.
So like we need surprises, whether it be. I don't think it has to be story, though that can be, some nice twists or interesting story elements that go on, but gameplay. If you're playing the same style of game over and over again, it can get boring if you've been doing it for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Angry Birds after 10 hours is going to be a bit like, do you know what, fuck it, put a few hours a day. So maybe a new mechanic that's added at a certain point. Oh, I've got this massive sword now.
Yeah. Well, this is where that progression and reward comes in.
You've been playing Tomb Raider.
Yeah, Tomb Raider's fucking best game ever.
So you get new abilities as you go.
Well, that's it. That's what I'm getting at.
Go back, do some other shit.
Progression and reward. It's, if the game is of a more heavily narrative driven, you need to be given something. You need to be rewarded for whatever task that it's set you with a nice cutscene or something, or a surprise. You need that. If you don't have that in a narrative-driven sense, then a narrative-driven game, then you're ruining stuff. If the game isn't narratively driven and you progress, then there needs to be something that's different. That's where, like, again, Mario did so well, because each level, as you start progressing, I did something a little bit different, like a slight different enemy type, a new background and stuff. So I think you need a reward. Now that comes in both narrative and gameplay sense. So, like I say, when you mentioned Tomb Raider hasn't got the greatest narrative, but the game itself is brilliant, and you're rewarded for continuing by getting extra items. You know, it's the same with exactly what Zelda does. Zelda's got a threadbare story for most of the part. But your reward comes from via the progression.
Yeah, and playing the other ones and getting the story in your head in a way as well. There's a bit of like.
Well, that's an added bonus by having all this stuff. I think Shadow of Mordor did it well. Kept the combat changing enough to keep you interested, and it was a good story. Plus, by the end, you were hard as food. I agree. It was a very, very good game. I didn't finish it, but I leveled myself up to almost maximum. I think there were a couple of items that I needed to get in order to get more powerful, and that wasn't all detriment to that game.
You do that a lot though. You always get too powerful too early, don't you? Because you end up collecting.
It's like Tomb Raider at the moment. I've got everything. And right, well, now I'm starting thinking, am I meant to go back? Was the idea of this that I go back here later, or have I already got it?
Often they expect you to play the game a certain way, which is collect a bit and carry on.
Well, that's
where you like to get everything done while you're there, which can overpower you sometimes.
Which often does, and I like being overpowered to a certain extent, but it
might ruin the latter end of the game.
Yeah, it does. I think it does. So it's balancing how you do progress, and that's where the new Tomb Raider, to a large extent, does to that, because the major key upgrades that you get are narrative associated with the narrative, so you have to progress through the story in order to get rewarded with a brand new special item or something.
What about originality? This is another funny one, because if you've never played a certain type of game before, it's original to you.
Yeah.
But then I might have played something similar and I'm like, I don't give a fuck, but I do like originality. That adds something, so long as all the other elements are in play, like gameplay. And one that's always important to me is level design.
Yeah, level design is in my opinion more important than originality, because originality can spike your interest, and you might play something for half an hour and then you go, right, well,
I think originality is a bonus.
Originality.
This is where you get into the perfect game.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect game zone. So story, we mentioned story. Story's pretty important to me, though not the most important. But if you can get a good story in there, like Last of Us, then I'm all over it. But Last of Us also, for me, felt good to play.
You could play that if that had if that had less narrative but the same game play, you'd have still really enjoyed the game. It's just that you also hit a bonus with the narrative. This narrative to me is secondary. If the gameplay feels, it's like I love Binding of Isaac. I think that plays absolutely fine. I mean, it's hard as fucking nails, but I mean the narrative to that underneath it all is really fucking. I enjoy it as an
That's
extra.
what I mean with a lot of games. Is sometimes you fill it in your head.
Yeah.
You don't need to give you too much story, just a little bit, and then you can do it yourself. Like I liked No More Heroes. The controls were. It was kind of generic.
They were controls.
The gameplay was generic. The level design was. Nah, you're just doing it really. But the story and the fact that you got a lightsaber was really good and weird and quirky for me, so that carried me through. But if you took away the story on that game, then I would have just thought it was completely shit. So one can carry another. Gameplay can carry a shit story. An excellent story
can carry an average or
every type of level design mechanics, they can all carry a game so that it's okay to good. It's when you get a couple of them that are really good.
Well,
that you make a great game.
There's some unusual ones, isn't there? You see, because like we really like Kane and Lynch. Because we like the characters, we like the story, and the story isn't well written, but we like the characters and we like the story. The gameplay
they just keep getting
fantastic.
It's a bit like Evil Dead, where it just keeps getting in worse and worse, more painful, fucked up situations. I kind of like that. Yeah, you feel the pain. You feel invested in the character. If you feel like this is a world that you can believe in, even if it might be ridiculous like this and over the top, but if you feel like there's something about it that is set in some sort of reality that you can believe in, I think that helps.
Yes.
That helps. But you're not going to get that in Angry Birds, but then it's just the gameplay, isn't it? And if you're only playing it for a bit per a little bit of games to play.
They tried to add a narrative to that. I watched the trailer to the movie about Angry Birds,
Yeah, no, you don't. No, you don't need any of that.
But it's
price comes into it because that's your expectation, I suppose.
Yeah, your price is.
Because I like Gunman Clyde, but if I paid £50 for it, I'd be like, this game is gash.
Well, that's it. I enjoyed Gunman Clyde 1, and I think I paid fuck all for it. And I think that added to, like you say, that's your expectation. And this is where, like, when people start nut hugging, like, you get a lot of, Game Over fucking Greggy, for instance, going, I just played Tomb Raider and the fucking art style is amazing and these people don't get thanks. It's like, well, you should get thanks. You should get thanks by their paycheck because...
Yeah, I don't get thanks at work either.
Yeah, well, this is it, so...
I just get shit. So, welcome to the real world.
Well, this is it.
I'm sorry, make a game. You're only doing it for money. You might love it. Brilliant. The bonus is... money.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
that is your reward, and then you get a bonus of
as a consumer, I only have a finite amount of money. And as a consumer, if I'm paying £50 for a game, and it might be, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a game that was meh. Fallout 4 was a meh for me.
It looks a meh.
And it's like, if I paid £50 for that, which I fucking did, that dropped my expectations for that was to be fucking supreme, and it was nah. Now if I paid £20 for that, I'd probably kept hold of it. Still have it now and go for £200. It's alright. I'll recommend that to all my friends for £20.
Because everybody was already saying it was supreme before they'd already played it.
Yeah,
just an automatic
Bethesda
response.
Pass.
Yeah.
So it's hard work.
Yeah. So we've got originality. Helps, not necessary. Level design is important. I think that's an important thing.
It is, yeah. Regardless of what type of game it is. I mean, even
that runs through them all.
Even if it's a sports game, because you've got to have a look at like fucking Rocket League. If their arenas weren't designed in that very, very simple way, even though it is just
the
pseudo football.
But that's more to do with mechanics then, isn't it? So that's another essential thing. So
mechanics.
Level design, mechanics, story is actually a bonus.
Yes,
there's a lot of great games without story that can exist without story, but you get a great story in there. Then you're getting past, because this is what makes a good game. But if you want to make a great game, then you're going to add some originality and story, I think.
Yeah, well, that's it. Metal Gear Solid 5 is worth £13 because the gameplay, it does work. It is an alright game, and if I sold it for £13, I'd probably pick it up and then finish it eventually.
Yeah,
it's just that I felt game fatigue with that because of the lack of level design.
If I get a bargain, I enjoy a game.
The lack of mission variation, which is the same complaints that everybody put onto Mad Max. Which I thought was right, because Mad Max, if you could bang through that in about 20 hours if you just didn't do any fucking around, whereas in Metal Gear Solid is a 40-hour game.
Yeah.
Over 40 if you're doing all missions.
Yeah.
So
you're getting down,
I got game. So that's another thing. Fatigue. You have to keep somebody's interest.
Yeah.
So that's where your variation in level design comes in. that's where having a decent narrative. Now, narrative's always again subjective as much as the game choice. You know, like Paul likes his RPGs. I like my action RPGs. I like this, that, and the other. We all like different games. So the story's very. It's very personal because we can like Kane and Lynch and go like these two, some of the better characters that have been written in modern time. Because I mean, how often do you play the fucking villains? You are the bad guys in that. You are assholes in that. That's unusual. That's unique, as you were saying. And it's like you don't get a chance to play like that often. And
what do you think about choices? Something like Walking Dead, which is...
I was going to get on to Walking Dead exactly from the points that we were going to say. It's like, right, narrative. If Walking Dead didn't have the story, especially season 1, didn't have that narrative that it had.
Yeah.
It's very hard saying this because obviously it's going to be a completely different game. It's going to be... Right. Walking Dead, without that narrative, becomes Game of Thrones.
I was just going to say Game of Thrones. Which
terrible.
Yeah, but it's similar in the way you play Game of Thrones.
Identical.
Yeah.
It's an identical game.
Yeah.
It's just you take that skin out and you put that on. The mechanics are identical.
So that's a good game because, not because of the gameplay, but because of the story.
I think this is where it comes in as well.
And the choices that you think you're making.
The agency.
Yeah, you're not necessarily... You believe when you're playing that game that these choices matter. I even believed it in number 2 when they probably don't matter as much as you think they do. If you played it again, you probably think, actually, that didn't make.
But
that
that's why
much
they're a
difference.
one and done for me. It's like, oh, brilliant. Like Mass Effect 2 was a one and done.
Mass Effect's a good one because they do have an effect. Because you will lose a character for the next 2 games.
Yes.
Like I did with Rex.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you say yeah.
I loved Rex. He was cool as shit. I can't remember how, but I ended up killing the fucker because some argument were happening.
You're on the Solarian planet.
And I was pissed off for the next 2 games, but that was the decision I made. I didn't choose to kill him, it just happened that way, and it was unfortunate. And I chose to stick with that because it had an impact on me, and it pissed me off, but it was in a good way because I felt it was real. So choices are good, but not essential, but they do add a lot.
If you feel, again...
Regardless of whether it works or does make a difference.
I'll keep using the same terminology over and over again. If you feel, especially on a narrative-driven game, if you feel like you have agency or input over that story, then there's a reason for you to be invested. And if there's a reason for you to be invested, then you're invested.
Yeah.
And if you're invested, you'll overlook a hell of a lot.
Right. So, this is how we make the perfect game. So to make a good game then, it's looking like there might be a couple of things we're missing. Just pop them in there if you think of anything. It needs to be level design. It needs to be designed well, whatever game it is. Even Angry Birds, it has to be. And then you need the mechanics.
I think I've got the perfect game. Carry on going through this.
I'll go through the list and then we'll get to the end and you tick them off in
my head. Yeah.
So these are the core things that you need to make a good game. Not a great game, but a good game. Level design. The mechanics need to be right, the gameplay. And that's it.
Ready?
So how do we make a great game? Then you would add story.
So we have level design and mechanics and story for a great game now. Yeah.
Originality.
I've got this covered.
Right. Graphics.
Okay, right. I might struggle a little bit on that.
Stroke. Art style.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm good then. I'm good.
Price.
I'm thinking about selling whatever game I've got in my head at about £30, and I think it should be alright.
Right, okay.
I've got it fucking. It's there ticking away, and I'm thinking this is going to be fucking perfect.
The illusion of choice, or the fact that there is choice.
Yes, the agency within the story.
Yeah, Mass Effect versus Walking Dead. At least you feel like there's a choice either way. Difficulty curve, because some games get stupidly hard at certain points, and then.
Yeah.
So if you get that balance, Right.
Yes. Yeah.
Obviously, there's things like Bloodborne that are meant to be hard to begin with. That's an exception.
Have you wrote these down as a list? If you write them down as a list, I'll fucking. Well, I want to start.
Well, I'll take them.
I'll formulate this game in my head.
Right.
Well,
I think that's where we're at. There's probably some more things that I'll think about afterwards, but it's too late. This is what we're having.
Right. Okay.
What's got all them things there? What's the perfect game?
Our perfect game, man. Oh.
What is our perfect game?
I'll tell you now, we've been doing this now for 40 episodes. And I think we covered this in the first episode.
I'm excited. What? Golf? RPG golf?
RPG golf. You've got a difficulty curve because you're learning the sport and you're getting better, right?
Right.
You have a narrative, which is it's RPG,
it's
man.
RPG golf.
You have interaction, as we were saying during the RPG golf, where you had conversations with your wife or your partner or your caddy.
Let me cross these off.
Yeah,
right.
so
You've got originality because nobody's made an RPG golf game. We've got that.
Level design.
We've got level design.
Really beautiful, interesting landscapes, and they don't need to be vast, so they won't take up much CPU.
Accessibility. Anyone can play a golf game.
And the mechanics are already there. You can just rob EA golf, and that's just known. Everybody accepts that. It's golf.
You're making choices because it's an RPG.
RPG golf. So what we were saying, you talk to your caddy. You can have a relationship with them, and if you say something wrong, they're going to fuck up their decision. They'll deliberately offer you a shit club.
If you find out your wife calls you give her some shit maybe, or you have an affair, it might ruin your game.
Yeah,
so
your stats.
So you've got the choices.
Choices.
The difficulty curve,
is right because obviously,
right.
and then you're going to have an interesting competition. And that kind of
the gameplay. I mean, it's golf. Golf is good, but it does need them extra things sometimes, like RPG golf would have.
RPG golf would be
going
perfect. Yeah.
As opposed to just I don't want to play golf. It's like I want to play it because shit.
Because now this
shit's going down.
This tournament has been building up for fucking ages, and I hope that I do this because if I beat that guy over there, my caddy says that this is this, my wife's this, and I can buy a house. And then you imagine like you go back to your house, which is a hub, and all the money that you're spending, you then go right. Oh, I can buy my kids all this stuff.
You could be on the final hole, about to win,
and you have a decision like,
no, that girl that you pissed off, a few years ago in your original tournaments, turns up with a kid. You miss the final shot because you see him there in crowd and you're like, that's mine. It looks like me.
You can have like, there could be multiple options there. It'd be like, take the shot, but you have reduced putting. Walk out of the tournament with her and gain lots and lots of respect, but you default your money. Or
so the story's going to be great.
So the story's going to be fantastic because you're going to be so invested
want.
because you make your character. Now it doesn't have to be your wife; it could be your husband, whatever, because it's RPG. But what you can have is a little mini overworld hub, which would be like I say your house, which would start off as a very humble house, and as you start winning tournaments, you get money. Then you can start modding your house if you want, because everybody likes a bit of fucking customization. Yeah. So we do that. Start modding your house, and if you have your kid running around, you can spend money, and then like. Maybe they have random illnesses in it, so all of a sudden like, you'll be doing a tournament, like ring ring, your child's ill, and you're like, oh fuck man. Now if you carry on with the tournament, your wife, family and your caddy won't like you, so the next tournament you have a massive stat reduction.
But if you go and see your kid,
if you go and
you
win,
might get that illness, but you'll get certain other perks.
You get certain other perks, like everybody else will give you both.
This is a great game.
But if you win, then you have the money, because what they could do is they could be setting up a story like, we need this because like such and such everybody's ill, or this is happening, or I really, really want this. From the beginning of the game, your wife might be going, I've always dreamt of a house with a swimming pool, and like that'll be the tournament where if you win this, you can afford the small swimming pool if you walk away, but if you win, you can afford that massive swimming pool that your wife and you've always dreamed about fucking out, and then you go there, and then you have a wander around, there'll be a golf shop there that you can talk to Gaddy, and you can go and get sponsors off. Brilliant.
Make a nice art style, some nice graphics.
Lovely art style. I mean, this is the thing.
Price, I'm pretty sure we
30 quid, man,
we could do a 30 quid for that.
More than enough for that.
Right, anything else you'd like to add to the greatest game ever created, which was the first game?
Did you see that RPG golf coming in?
No, but that's
it. Fucking makes sense, doesn't it?
We created this almost a year ago. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. RPG golf.
RPG golf.
RPG golf.
Greatest game ever created.
Honestly.
That's how you do it. We've just fucking got the formula. The formula is there.
Go and buy a golf game. Sit there and just play a few holes, play a few rounds, then put it down. Don't play it for fucking ages. Don't play for ages, and just every now and again go, I'm going to have one round of golf. and it's fun. And then next time your mates come round, they may have never played a golf game in their life, sit them down, start having a game of golf, and the great thing about it, it's the most sociable game.
It's casual as well because you can take turns, you can have a drink.
That's our first ever Ramble On was split into 2 fucking videos because we were playing golf. And we were playing golf and we'd put the joypad down and we'd talk, and it's like, it doesn't break the flow of the game unless you're like, actually we're really pushing for time and I'll take your shot. But other than that, RPG Golf, man, covers all bases. Because we've got the story, we have the originality, we have the art style, we have the level design.
I'm pretty proud with that one.
Yeah. See? 40
Spud
episodes
face.
in and we fucking did that shit.
Perfect game. Bloodborne. Ridiculous.
Bless. With all your dying. Once you sink a hole in one while your wife's ironing you and you've got a -10 power reduction and your fucking possible love affair that you've had because that silly decision
in the crowd
in the beginning is in the crowd, and it's like if you look up and you move the camera, it'll go boom, -5 to accuracy. You're like, fuck man, I shouldn't have looked up. Because you'll be there going, hey, but no, stay on focus. Because you should be able to move the camera around. And if you look in crowd and you see somebody, it'll zoom in and go, oh, and you'll be like, oh shit, and it'll go -5. So if you stay concentrating on the game and just go, right, okay, you won't get that stat reduction because you're like, around focused, I'm right, get it. But if you look up and you spot, it starts playing in your head. Accuracy goes
right at the end, the final hole, just before you hit it and you finish the game, you get abducted by aliens.
Yeah.
And then he just says, like, Back to the Future, to be continued, and then he shows clips of part 2, which is going to be next year's edition, like Tiger Woods 16 or whatever they call it nowadays.
Yeah, and the thing is, that'd be fucking top.
Cliffhanger
there, and then the next day...
They're going to be on Mars next.
Well, this is it, because then we could take over fucking Saints Row.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, no, this is what happens. And there is a fucking fun story here, but it's just around the golf world.
Yeah.
And I couldn't give a fuck about the real golf world.
Doesn't
but golf
have to be
games are fun.
Yeah, and if you want to see
Power Star Golf on the Xbox One is brilliant. It's just...
There's a lot of good golf games
really
because it's such a simple game to make, really, as long as you get all the core things right.
So we
just added to the greatness.
Tell Telltale to shut the fuck up and stop everything else. Put Batman down, put Game of Thrones Season 2 down, put that and go, right, we want you to write and make... No, I don't want them to make the fucking...
Fuck
I want BioWare to make my story mode. I want BioWare to make my story mode, and I want the guys who made Power Star Golf to make the golf game, because then I've got a nice cute...
You can back an All-Stars, we can get the best.
Yeah, we'll fucking have that.
We'll get Nintendo in to get some...
Well, Sony Games is so massive right now, we've got the pick of the litter.
They're listening right now. Don't be stealing our shit.
RPG Golf, and then after that's got famous, then we can finally do a 4-player side-scrolling beat-em-up based on fucking 18.
Yeah.
Because that's the fact that that's never been made.
DLC
just means
the
that
price will be great. It'll be a tenner and it'll be fantastic.
It'll be a tenner.
12 quid since with price. Yeah, 12 quid. It'll be 12 quid. It'll be fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Better than any turtle shit you're paying 30 quid for.
And if you pay £35, you get RPG Golf and 18 the side-scrolling.
Yeah. No macro transactions here.
Listening so hard. You like that? RPG Golf? Check that out. No, it will be a microtransaction. And what it'll be is the game is the microtransaction. Yeah. You go, right.
Yeah.
You download the game for free.
That'll be a marketing thing. We'll make the media go mental and go, there's microtransactions.
Yeah, but it's only 35 quid.
Yeah. And then they'll all kick off, and then you realise it's actually a game.
Yeah, you download it as a demo. Right, which will be the create your character and your first course.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
so it builds you into your story, and then it'll be like, right, okay, because that's a demo. You've had to deal with a game.
Yeah.
35 quid, get a full game. You've already installed it, so it's like,
yeah.
But we'll put it as microtransaction. We'll say, let's cross-screen microtransaction.
Yeah.
And your season pass will deliberately be free.
yeah.
We'll just do everything.
We'll advertise it like. Season pass, get the season pass and we'll just put a load of zeros there and pounds.
Oh no, what we'll do, we'll sell 40 different versions of it, right, which will all be the same. It'll be, download it for free and you'll get one course.
Yeah.
£35, you get the full game. Or you can get the season pass plus for £35 and you get the full game, which has all the DLC, which isn't coming out.
Yeah.
Right, and then you can get super uber plus, where you buy the game 4 times. We'll give you 4 copies of the game.
Yeah.
With no DLC.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, oh, right. Or...
Hopefully they'll get it.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
Maybe. We'll see.
Return of the shit starter. It's not a shit starter. It's RPG Golf.
No, we invented the shit starters as well.
These
yeah.
are alright,
Yeah.
okay. Good man. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for
I
reminding us.
like how the fans are more the fans. The viewers are
Right.
more canon than we are. We're the canon.
So we went a bit mental then.
Yeah.
I know. Ignore that. Forget that happened. Apart from the RPG golf bit. We know that's right.